Good day, everyone. My name is Ezekiel Goodness, and I'm your moderator for the prelims for the International 2025 FCT Debate Competition. This topic says, this House supports the creation of special courts for handling corruption cases in Nigeria. We have the marvelous prospects on the proposing team and JB Best School for the opposing team. I now invite the first speaker. Thank you.
Good day, noble Mr. Chairman, incorruptible panel of judges, accurate timekeeper. Okay. Good day, noble Mr. Chairman, incorruptible panel of judges, accurate timekeeper. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and my fellow prestigious co-debaters, I am Emanuela Onyechi Sunday from Marvelous Prospect School, and I stand here in preposition to the motion, special court should be created in Nigeria for handling of corruption cases. Before further proceedings, I would like to enlighten us the term special court. According to Cambridge Dictionary, special court is an uncommon tribunal or a group of people officially chosen, especially by the government, for handling problems of a particular type. To simplify further, special court is a judiciary set up for handling cases such as corruption, terrorism, and human rights violation. Firstly, effective prosecution. Special court can ensure that corruption cases are prioritized and prosecuted swiftly. Judges who are experts in this field will produce justice to deter corruption and promote accountability in many ways. Secondly, expedited adjudication. This is the process of making decisions and judgment in a faster and accelerated manner with a sense of priority. If special court is created in Nigeria, it will bring a sense of effective timing and efficiency. Since time is gold, this will help save a lot of time since there are personnel assigned for each office already. Having the educational special court, company special court, family special court. This goes down to marital cases. Talking about marital cases, Mr. Clinton that I know of filed his divorce for 10 years before he got his certificate. If special court is here, it will help bring justice on time to citizens of Nigeria, since the appellate and trial court can take 0 to 8 years in adjournment before final judgment. Thirdly, intensified transparency. This refers to a substantial increase or strengthening of openness and clarity in an organization or system. Transparency can be promoted tremendously through special court. When a system has patriotic workers who are willing and working meticulously to advocate and unmask corruption, they tend to be little or no injustice, since these special personnel are dedicated to their job in bringing out the best. Why? Why shouldn't special court be created in Nigeria if it will reveal a height of outstanding transparency? What have our already existing courts done? Adjourning critical judgmental cases for 0 to 8 years, delayed justice. This might even come when the guilty is free. Both cases just to free an individual when he or she is guilty of a crime? No. Special courts will go a long way in bringing justice on time to citizens of Nigeria. Special courts will offer a tendency of tackling issues with prompt effect since they are authorized. Fourthly, retrieval of financial assets. Creation of special courts will give a propensity for precedent of retrieval of assets. Once a special court is created, yes. Exactly. Backing up my sources, talking about Mr. Clinton that I know of, Mr. Clinton took 0 to 8 years, that is almost a decade, in filing for his divorce before getting his certificate. That is to tell you, with special court, it will help reduce time to offer justice to citizens of Nigeria. Thank you. Can I go on? Fourthly, retrieval of financial assets. Creation of special courts will give a propensity for precedent of retrieval of assets. Justice will be brought to the victim of financial exploitation of assets. This will set a guidance for other courts to have an exemplary directive to follow. Therefore, special courts superseding positively. This is an outstanding difference that makes special court to differ. In conclusion, Special court will aim exceptionally in delivering its very best to citizens of Nigeria. I will want us to join hands in collaboration to be able to work together in making this a reality. I remain Emanuela Onyechi Sunday. Thank you.
All right, we thank the speaker for that fine speech. You can come and sit down. We invite the first speaker from side opposition to continue the debate. Please, when asking POIs, you say POI and wait for them to take you. It's at their discretion to take you or not. You don't say excuse and enter their speech, please. Thank you very much.
Good day, Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, our accurate timekeeper, my co-debaters, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, and my fellow students. I am Dades Abel, an emerging scholarship powerhouse from the prestigious JC Best Schools International, and I'm here to oppose the motion which states the House supports the creation of special courts for handling corruption cases in Nigeria. Now, before I take you on this intellectual excursion, I would love to define key terminologies on this topic. First, creation. The Oxford English Dictionary defines creation as the action or process of bringing something into existence. In this debate, it refers to the creation of special courts for corruption cases. Number two, special courts. The Black's Law Dictionary defines special courts as courts established with jurisdiction over specific types of cases, which are distinct from the regular courts of law. In this debate, they refer to judicial bodies that are established with specific dedication to corruption cases. Number three, corruption. Transparency International defines corruption as the abuse of entrusted power for personal or private gain. This includes embezzlement, fraud, and other unethical issues. And lastly, handling. Cambridge Dictionary defines handling as the action of dealing with a situation or problem. In this debate, it refers to the management, prosecution, and adjudication of corruption cases within the judicial framework. Mr. Chairman, from this part of the world, we do not judge a book by its cover. Just like somebody taking a voyage through the desert and sees what seems to be an oasis. On getting there, he realizes it's nothing but a mirage. The proposal to create special courts for handling corruption cases in Nigeria seems attractive on the surface. However, a closer examination will reveal that this move is unnecessary, financially impractical, and counterproductive to the fight against corruption. Rather than solving the issue, following this mirage will introduce new legal complexities, encourage political interference, and even undermine our existing judiciary. Corruption is a deeply rooted problem that requires institutional strengthening, not the creation of more bureaucratic structures. According to the Nigerian Bar Association in 2023, Nigeria already has established courts with the legal authority to handle corruption cases. So why should we create new courts? The government should instead focus on strengthening these institutions by training judges, increasing funding, and deploying more resources to ensure and maximize efficiency. Special courts will make the process more bureaucratic, introduce more processes, and encourage influence. The creation of special courts requires massive funding for infrastructure, staffing, and maintenance. From the Budget Office of Nigeria, the judicial budget for 2023 was 150 billion naira, yet over 70% was spent on personnel costs alone. Creating new courts will only add to the financial burden and divert funds away from other crucial sectors of the economy, such as education, healthcare, and security. Furthermore, the Constitution of Nigeria in 1999 gives the Nigerian judicial system the structure to operate independently. Creating new courts will increase excessive executive influence, as seen in past cases where judicial officers face intimidation. This undermines the autonomy and independence of the judicial system, making it susceptible to government influence. Mr. Chairman, The creation of special courts risks being used as political tools to target opposition figures. A study by SBM Intelligence reveals that 62% of politically exposed individuals that were accused of corruption cases were from opposition parties, raising concerns about selective justice. Without strong safeguards, these courts will serve as instruments of political persecution rather than impartial justice. At this point, my distinguished panel of judges, it is obvious to the ignorant, visible to the blind, audible to the deaf, and even the lame can run into the conclusion that this House should not support the creation of special courts for handling corruption cases in Nigeria. Thank you.
Thank the speaker for that very convincing speech. We invite the second speaker from side, proposition.
All protocol duly observed. I am Sunday. Okay. All protocol duly observed. I am Sunday Favor Onyekachi from Marvelous Prospect School, and I'm here to propose the motion we say special courts should be created for handling of corruption cases. Firstly, what do we understand by special court? According to Cambridge Dictionary, they define special court as a court enacted for handling specific class of cases of corruption. If special court is created in Nigeria, what good would they bring? Firstly, corruption will be abolished. We all know corruption is a pervasive and insidious plague that digs in the very fabric of our society and nation. It erodes trust in institutions, it stifles economic growth, perpetuates inequality. To destabilize this scourge, we need a trained special court that can efficiently and effectively handle corruption cases, such as bribery, embezzlement, nepotism, medical corruption cases, such as organ trafficking, licensed corruption, which can result to harm to the patients. Special courts should be created in Nigeria so as corruption cases will be prioritized and the perpetrators will be held accountable. By doing so, corruption will no longer be tolerated in our society. Secondly, reduction of case backlog. Case backlog refers to a... All right. In the definition, special courts are they are created for handling corruption cases. And I'm very sure that if special court is created in Nigeria, it's not going, like, delay processes will be abolished, and I'm sure that corruption cases will be tackled. Can I go on? Secondly, reduction of case backlog. Case backlog refers to a large amount of pending cases in a court that has not been resolved. If there are no special courts in Nigeria, this can lead to injustice, causing frustration and uncertainty for those involved in such cases. This is why we need a special court in Nigeria, because the regular courts are already overwhelmed with load of cases. By doing so, corruption will be prioritized and the perpetrators will be held. Thirdly, increases in cost. Prolonged cases tend to increase in cost for individual, organization, and the justice system as a whole. We need a special court in Nigeria so as to restore our trust back by addressing backlog, demonstrating its commitment by delivering justice efficiently and swiftly. Special courts should be created in Nigeria so as corruption will be demolished. Many has been to different courts but lost productivity. How? Many leave their businesses and organizations and go to different courts, but what do courts do? They prolong their cases, which can lead to loss in income and business opportunities.
You said that special courts will demolish corruption, but special courts will address these causes. So how are we sure that what's happening in our normal courts will not happen in special courts?
Since the regular courts can't actually handle cases because they are packed with a load of cases which they can't even handle, how are you sure that special courts won't be able to handle corruption cases? Special courts can be able to handle corruption cases because they deliver swiftly and efficiently. Can I go on? Now, Many people have been to different courts but lost productivity. Many even tend to pay lawyer fee, travel, and does other expenses, but yet court do prolong their cases. This can lead to inequality, inefficiency, and create a financial burden. This is why we need a special court in Nigeria. Lastly, deterrence and availability. This is going to prevent people from engaging in similar offenses because they are aware of the punishment that follows corruption. Special courts should be created in Nigeria because it promotes a culture of integrity. So in conclusion, my dear chairman, I would love us, we can achieve our objective if we can achieve our objective while promoting transparency and responsibility. Let us all come together to make this vision of creating a special court in Nigeria turn to a reality. Thank you.
All right, we thank the speaker for that fine speech. We invite the second speaker from side opposition. Abim's the phone.
Mr. Chairman, my grandfather told my father, and my father told me a folktale of one Mr. Adamu Bayochidi, a first-class graduate of an Ivy League school who had also won many accolades due to his intellectual prowess and innovative skill. Now, Mr. Adamu Bayochidi, who was still in the prime of his youth, was arrested for an alleged corruption case. If you happen to visit the prison where Mr. Adamu Bayochidi was being kept, you could see his name displayed on the notice board as inmate 256. Case yet to be brought before the court. Mr. Adamu Bayochidi spent 12 years in the prison and eventually kicked the bucket. The Nigeria judiciary system failed Mr. Adamu Bayochidi. Revamping the Nigeria judiciary system as regards corruption requires not the creation of special courts for handling these cases, but rather diagnosing the issues and propounding effective solutions. I, who stands before you all today, am none other than Eric Ene, Best Schools International, and I am here to oppose the motion which states this House supports the creation of special courts for handling corruption cases in Nigeria. Firstly, special courts do not address the root causes of corruption. Corruption is something... Yes, please. Yeah. I am very sure that during the course of your research on this topic, you have found out that courts in Nigeria have a lot of cases, and the backlog, there is a lot of cases in the Nigerian court, and we know... The root causes of corruption. Corruption is something that is deeply rooted in our political, social, and economic structures. And so if we lack the strong political will, ethical leadership practices, and transparent governance that is needed to kick out this vice, the mere creation of special courts will not be an effective solution. Secondly, Mr. Chairman, the creation of special courts for handling corruption cases in Nigeria will bring about violation of fair trial principles. Tracking Case 6 of the 1999 Constitution protects our citizens' rights to fair hearings, which could be jeopardized by an overburdened special court system. Furthermore, strengthening the already existing anti-corruption agencies is a far more effective solution. Our anti-corruption agencies, such as the EFCC and ICPC, have recorded several successes in the past years, despite the challenges they have faced. According to the EFCC annual report in 2022, the EFCC recovered over $750 million worth of stolen assets, demonstrating that boosting the investigative capacity is far more crucial than creation of special courts. Enhancing these agencies will yield far better results. The creation of special courts for handling corruption cases in Nigeria is a misplaced priority that will not solve the problem of corruption. Instead of creating new bureaucratic institutions, our government should focus on strengthening the existing judicial institutions, boosting investigative capacity, and ensuring what you do not have. And so I stand on the ancient proverb which says, save the best for the last. So, good day, Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, my co-debaters, ladies and gentlemen, and my fellow students. I remain Emma Eric Ene from the prestigious JC Best Schools International. Thank you.
Thank the speaker for that very fine speech. I will invite
All protocol duly observed. My name is Abang Nansiba, and I am here to propose the motion. Special court should be created for handling cases in Nigeria. Will ensure speedy trial process, thus reducing the times it takes to try corruption cases in Nigeria courts. As it stands now, it takes about 8 years to conclude corruption cases in Nigeria courts. With special court, will definitely reduce the time span to few weeks or months. Secondly, the creation of special court for handling corruption cases in Nigeria will promote or advance accountability in governance, which is pertinent to the development of Nigeria. According to Oxford's dictionary, accountability refers to the state of being responsible or answerable to one's action, decisions, and performance. Thirdly, the creation of special court for handling corruption cases in Nigeria will promote capacity, meaning that judges. Oh my. Okay. Creation of school, okay, which means people should continue to value the process of making things right. So creation of special code is boldly and is good for it to come to our society, so it will make things not be difficult for our society. Shall I proceed? Okay. Fourthly, the creation of special court for handling corruption cases in Nigeria will improve the court environment. Will improve the court environment, mean that the courtroom includes the courtroom, the court building, the compounds, the compounds, and the building, which improve the covering of the zinc, the everything, and etc. In conclusion, the creation of special court for handling corruption cases in Nigeria will definitely promote or effectively to bring out special court in Nigeria. So in conclusion, the creation of special court for handling corruption cases in Nigeria will definitely promote efficiency and effectiveness of handling corruption cases in Nigeria. Since there are a large number of cases being handled by the public courts. For example, the education court, with special courts will handle special cases on education court. For example, bullying. Special courts will handle special cases on education for education. For example, bullying. The special court will improve efficiency for Nigeria judiciary. Thanks.
We thank the speaker for that fine speech, and we invite the third speaker from side opposition to end this debate. Here. Where is our moderator?
A luxurious greetings to you, Mr. Chairman, all protocols duly observed. I who stand before you is no other than Adeniyi Alima, an emerging scholarship powerhouse from the prestigious JCB Schools International. I am here to oppose the motion which states the House supports the creation of special courts for handling corruption cases in Nigeria. Mr. Chairman, the support of this motion raises the potential for conflicting jurisdictions. Special courts may overlap with already existing courts, like the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission Tribunal, leading to conflict in jurisdictions. This could result in corruption cases being tossed between courts, causing delays rather than expediting proceedings. In furtherance to this, according to the Transparency International Corruption Perceptions Index, in 2023, Nigeria ranks 150th out of 180 countries. This low ranking reflects the general distrust in judicial institutions which specialized courts are not immune to. If specialized courts are staffed or even influenced by politically appointed judges, they stand a chance of becoming a selective tool for selective justice rather than an impartial arbiter of corruption cases. According to the Sahara reporters in 20... Yes? Okay, as you already know, there are a lot of corruption cases in normal courts. How do you intend to take all those corruption cases and push it to the special courts to handle everything? It's not possible. Okay. According to Sahara reporters in 2022, there is a lack of sufficient judges. Nigeria currently has only about 1,179 judges, serving a population of over 280 million people, giving us an average ratio of 1 to 185,000, making it one of the most understaffed judiciaries in Africa. Instead of diverting resources to new courts, the focus should be on recruiting more judges and training them in anti-corruption laws and increasing our court efficiency. In conclusion, in line with the Transparency International Association in 2022, countries like Kenya, where special courts have been adopted, corruption cases still take an average of 6 to 7 years to conclude. This contradicts the notion that special courts deliver swift justice. Similar inefficiencies like this in Nigeria could increase our case backlog rather than reducing it. Therefore, I leave you with this Latin maxim: verbum sapientis attest, a word is enough for the wise. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
The